journey of the research into a viable anti-tick vaccine began in 2005 when Dr. Margaret Simokawa began her research into using proteins identified from Rhesus pendulatus ticks, vectors of East Coast fever, with the aim of combating one of the deadliest tick-borne diseases in East and Southern Africa.
Of anti-tick vaccine in the integrated tick control, we can also be able to help our farmers. Therefore, the good news is that the scientists here at the College of Veterinary Medicine, we have been able, using biotechnology approaches, to identify proteins similar to those that are in the other vaccines from our local ticks. And using these biotechnology methods or approaches, we have been able to develop and come up with this product which has brought us today here. The anti-tick vaccine.
Dr. Simo identifying the proteins Ra86 from local ticks in Uganda that could be the basis of the production of a recombinant vaccine against the local ticks. With initial funding from the Dutch Research Council, the Science Division of the Netherlands Organization for Scientific Research, Dr. Margaret Simo was sponsored to work on the tick gut proteins Ra86, identified from the Rhesus appendiculatus ticks locally found in Uganda and other regions of East and Southern Africa, where this particular tick is epidemic. From 2013 to 2015, Dr. Simo received further funding from the Africa-Brazil Agricultural Innovation Marketplace to continue research and development of the yeast expression system using pitcher pasteuris via technology transfer. The funding program connected scientists from Embrapa, Brazil's Agency for Agricultural Research, with scientists from Africa and Latin America in research collaborations. Dr. Simo's sequences of Ra86 gut proteins variants were synthesized and put into yeast, and this technology of producing the anti-tick vaccine using yeast was transferred to COVAB, Makerere University. By the end of 2015, the anti-tick vaccine development team had built capacity to produce the proteins and formulate them into a candidate vaccine. This was followed by the evolution of the anti-tick vaccine candidate proteins in mice, rabbits, and cattle, using different proteins combinations with funding from both the National Agricultural Research Organization (NARO) and Uganda National Council of Science and Technology. In 2017, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, officially set up the Anti-Tick Vaccine Development Presidential Initiative, which was to be headed by Dr. Simo Margaret Kawa as principal investigator, following her research presentation on the vaccine potential to His Excellency, who had now taken a very keen interest in the possibility of developing a local anti-tick vaccine.
Professor Kawa has discovered a vaccine to kill all the ticks.
The President subsequently pledged financial support for this initiative, including awarding more than 100 heads of cattle from his own personal stock to aid Dr. Simon Kawa in undertaking the vaccine trials. Further availed land of a 3-acre livestock farm in Ngoma, Nakaseke, on which clinical trials as well as further research and development could take place until commercial production of the anti-tick vaccine could commence. In the following years, the candidate vaccine production process started. The production and development of the anti-tick vaccine at this point required a measure of upscaling the production into commercial scale, the licensing of the product by the National Drug Authority, setting up current good manufacturing practices, and complaint production protocols. All these processes required investments, So His Excellency, in his wisdom, agreed to support the anti-tick vaccine development through the presidential initiative to accelerate the development of the anti-tick vaccine. In 2019, stall experiments were completed at the College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resource and Biosecurity COVAB. The anti-tick vaccine was successfully verified with an efficiency of 86 and 53% against East Coast fever and anaplasmosis, respectively. In the same year, the anti-tick vaccine initiative also registered the TicVac-U trademark. In 2020, His Excellency recommended Alphazan Uganda Limited to work with the TicVac-U team and COVAB under a memorandum of understanding to accelerate the development of the vaccine. In 2021, the TicVac-U team and Makerere University signed a memorandum of understanding with Alphazan Uganda Limited to start production of the anti-tick vaccine. The partnership paved way for construction of a specialized vaccine line compliant with current Uganda manufacturing practices to upscale the production of the anti-tick vaccine. The President also recommended a survey of 300 acres from the land of Ngoma Farm to be availed to the TicVac project for the clinical trials of the anti-tick vaccine. His Excellency also donated 100 cows to aid anti-tick vaccine trials at Ngoma State Farm, the resident cattle herd at the farm, to make an ideal model for testing the activity and safety of the anti-tick vaccine. In 2022, clinical trials at Ngoma Farm continued, but construction of vaccine line stalls stopped due to extenuating financial circumstances affecting the funding of the Alphazan Uganda Limited. Consequently, production of the recombinant anti-tick vaccine under CGMP conditions at Alphazan Uganda Limited paused. In 2023, the TicVac-U team continues to carry out extensive clinical trials while awaiting a license from the National Drug Authority for the candidate anti-tick vaccine. At TicVac Uganda, they are proud to be contributing to improving livestock health outcomes in Uganda and beyond. As they look ahead, they remain optimistic about the future, and they are excited about the opportunities that lie ahead. TicVac Uganda remains grateful to His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and his continued unwavering support as they meet new challenges. Their efforts would not be fruitful without his ongoing support, as well as the collaboration of their partners at Alphazan Uganda Limited, their staff of brilliant veterinary scientists, and other stakeholders. And so, they look forward to working together as they make tremendous progress in the fight against ticks and tick-borne diseases.